Alright, so this is something that happened to me a few months ago, and I still don't know if I handled it the right way. I was engaged to my fiancée. Let's call her Sarah. We'd been together for years. Things were good overall, not perfect. We had our share of arguments, but I really believed we were building a future together. We had the wedding date set, the venue booked, invitations sent out. Everything was in motion. But a few months before the wedding, I started noticing little things about Sarah that made me uneasy. She started staying late at work more often. She'd guard her phone a bit too much. When I asked her about it, she'd brush it off and say, "You're overthinking." At first, I told myself I was just stressed about the wedding. But then one Friday, she told me she was going to hang out with a co-worker, a female friend of hers, for dinner. That wouldn't normally bother me, but something about her tone felt off. Later that night, I decided to text her, "Hope you're having fun." No response for almost 2 hours. When she finally answered, the message was short, "Yeah, all good, I'll be home late." The next morning, I noticed a receipt in her purse from a restaurant, but it was for 2 people. The problem, it wasn't the place she said she'd gone. So I confronted her. I asked, "Who were you really with last night?" She froze, then said, "Why are you snooping through my things?" Which wasn't really an answer. After a long, tense silence, she admitted she'd been out with a co-worker. But not the female friend she mentioned. It was a guy from her office. She swore up and down that nothing romantic happened, that they'd just grabbed dinner because they'd been working late together and wanted to unwind. I wanted to believe her, but the fact that she lied about it in the first place really shook me. For the next couple of weeks, things between us were tense. I tried to move past it, but I found myself second-guessing everything. When she said she was working late, I wondered if she was with him. When she was texting, I wondered if it was him on the other end. Finally, I told her point blank, "Look, if you want us to go into this marriage, I need honesty. No lies, no hiding." That's when she admitted that she had developed feelings for this co-worker. She said nothing physical had happened, but she couldn't deny she'd been emotionally invested in him. Hearing that crushed me, because emotional cheating, in a way, felt even worse than if it had just been a drunken mistake. We had a long, painful conversation. She cried, I yelled, then we just sat in silence. In the end, I told her I couldn't marry someone who wasn't fully sure about me. We agreed to call off the wedding. It was brutal telling our families and friends, explaining that the wedding was off just weeks before it was supposed to happen. Some people blamed me, saying I should forgiven her. Others said I did the right thing. Now, a few months later, I'm single and Sarah moved out. I don't hate her. I actually hope she figures herself out. But I know I made the right choice. Because as much as I loved her, I couldn't start a marriage with someone who had one foot out the door. And honestly, sometimes the hardest choice is the right one.